Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. I know it's the ass crack of dawn. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 6:13 a.m.
We've been going through it in this house. I'm not gonna lie. I've been both been me and Nora have both been so sick. Not COVID. Somehow, I don't know how, because we've had the symptoms and we've tested and tested and tested because we thankfully, her school sent home tests earlier in this past school year. So I have like 5 or 6 tests and we've been testing and testing and testing. And we keep testing negative. I even went to go get tested at the hospital to make sure that I wasn't just doing it wrong. We were like positive, but no, I've tested negative. She tested negative with every single fucking test. It's been terrible. And so you may hear I sound really congested, like my chest feels congested. I feel like I have to take a breath, like a deep breath every few minutes when I'm talking. So, I mean, it's been, I don't even know, like the doctors even said like it sounds like you have a really, really, really bad cold. And I was like, yeah, but it feels like I might have COVID. And they're like, no, we've tested you. You don't have COVID. It's been bad. So I apologize. That's the reason why I haven't had a video up. And I had a video filmed, but during the rendering process, something happened because when I went to go edit the footage itself, the audio was lagging. It just didn't sound good. It was all over the place. So, and I normally don't like to do 2 face mask videos, like one right after the other. However, my skin needs it. My skin, I mean, it's not in the worst shape. You guys can see. I have a little bit of redness, but I feel like that's just because I've been itching and scratching up here. My brows, bitch. My brows need help. But in any case, I mean, that's besides the point. I don't normally like to do 2 face masks, one after the other on my channel. However, for today, we're gonna go ahead and just do it because my skin needs it, and I feel like this would help. Not to mention we're using a new product. This is the Frank Body Caffeinated Glow Mask. So I'm gonna go ahead and try this for the first time. You can find Frank Body at Ulta, and I know that because I've seen their end cap. They have tons of products at Ulta. And I will link if there is a link for this. I got this in my BoxyCharm box a few months ago, and I'm just now getting to this product. So I will link it down below. I thought I was filming as I was applying this, and I wasn't even filming. So hello. Just to let you guys know, I'm applying the mask obviously now. There's this really light, like vanilla-ish scent, but it doesn't smell like vanilla. It almost smells, well, it's probably the shea butter. It smells really good, but it's got a really light scent. It's very refreshing to me. I think it's very enjoyable. So yeah, if you're someone who is big on scents, especially when it comes to like facial products, this might be something you might want to look into because it actually smells really good. And I'm hoping it's really thick too. So I'm hoping it actually does what it says it's going to do and hydrates and brightens my skin. So let's see, let's go ahead and continue. But the first topic I want to discuss is actually a follow-up to a series I did on my channel a few years ago that made some waves. I pissed a lot of people off, and honestly, fuck you. Good. I'm glad. So this topic discusses an alleged charity scam, and I still say alleged to this day because I have not heard any updates. I've seen comments. I went through the comments recently in preparation as I watched the video, in preparation for me to discuss this topic in today's video and in future videos, because I'm going to go deep dive back again into it. And a lot of people were like, well, it's been a while, like she hasn't said anything, like I wonder if she's being sued. Bitch, there's no one coming after me. They could not come after me because they were guilty of sin, okay? Their story did not add up. They kept lying. They made terrible fucking lies that didn't make any fucking sense to anybody. And one of the best things that came from that series to me was how many people who were either wards of the state themselves or worked with wards of the state, nurses, doctors. I mean, I've seen so many comments, and I'll highlight some of the best ones commenting about the situation. No one is coming after me. Like, let's make that fucking very clear. Not a single person is coming after me. There was no cease and desist. There was no lawsuit. There's nothing. Because, let's be honest, if they were dumb enough to try and sue me for anything said in those videos, they would have an uphill battle because I still have the original video, the unedited video. I still have all of it. So if they want to try to lie, I'll just say, listen, I only discussed exactly what was said in this video, piece by piece. So if you want to go after anybody, be mad at yourself, because that's between you and God, bitch. Like, all the evidence on camera, like, you filmed yourself being assholes and lying to people in order to get money for whatever fucking reason. That's between them and God, not me, number one. But yeah, I've read the comments. People are asking, like, I wonder if she got sued, if there's cease and desist. There's no cease and desist. Nothing. I received nothing. The only thing that I had happen was there was somebody from their camp reached out to me, some guy, I think it was like Parker or something. It was a very preppy name, I know that for sure. But he reached out to me to try to clear their names and try to basically make me believe what was said so I would stop talking about it. And I was like, you realize, like, all I've done is react and debunk the lies that were said in the video, number one. So nothing you say is going to make sense because everything that you're saying is trying to defend what they said, which was already debunked. So, like, what is your intention here? But that was the only person who reached out to me. I have never heard from Kim. I have never heard from Casey, I think her name was. Nothing, which is hilarious because they said,
if you would stop maybe and just ask one of us, write, message me. I'm not afraid to answer anybody's questions. Me either. I am front and center. Please ask me and I'll answer anything I can. Besides the girls' identities and where they are, I'm an open book, baby. Ask me anything.
they said it and I took them up on their offer and I've heard nothing. That tells me everything I feel like I need to know about them and this whole bullshit scam. So following my initial video, I tried so hard to reach out and I wanted a statement or like even receipts. I even asked them, like, if you have proof of where this money went in terms of these girls, if you could show proof of you buying underwear or whatever the fuck else they said they were gonna buy with the money, the headstones, especially the headstones, that was the biggest thing. I would love to have it and present it because if there's one thing I like to do on my channel, it's be fair as much as possible, especially when it comes to things like this, because this is not something that is just you can brush it under the rug. This was a very, very serious thing that they did. And let me tell you, if it wasn't already obvious that they were guilty, over the course of the weeks following my video, things just became so obviously, like, I struck a nerve. I know I did, because I know my anti-MLM girlies who watch those videos, or who like to sit and watch her live streams to get like receipts and things like that. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. In her live streams in the weeks directly following my video series going up, when her bullshit was exposed, like I said just a few minutes ago, she and Casey both said, if you have any questions about anything, just ask us. We're open books. We're this, we're that. Her followers, people who have been following her for years, would get on those live streams, and when they would ask her questions about my series, like, is there any truth to what I was saying or anything, like anything, she would have the pissiest fucking mood about it, and her mods would get rid of those questions like immediately. God works hard, this bitch worked harder to hide her lies. And it was so fucking funny. But there was also a live stream in which, and I know my girlies, my anti-MLM girlies will also remember this, I know I'm not making this up, there was one live stream excuse me, where she tried to almost pin the blame solely on Casey by saying that Casey disappeared, like she hasn't heard from her, like all this bullshit, and she sounded like really pissed off, like upset, and she kind of tried to fabricate this lie to where Casey, if there was any ounce of guilt about what had happened, it was all because of Casey. Like, Casey is the one who orchestrated everything. But we all watched her ringlead the entire video. She was the one telling Casey what to say, what not to say. Like, she was orchestrating the entire video. You can see it right here.
What we're going to do is I'm going to let her talk in just a second, but I want to go over a few things quickly, okay? So the first thing is we cannot give the location of the hospital. We cannot talk about the girls' names. We have to be extremely, extremely vague. And the reason we do that is because they are wards of the state. Just real briefly tell about how they're segregated and how they literally have nothing. There's no television. Well, you provided one.
I provided a television.
But, you know, they are in absolute end of life care.
Yes,
and
they are terminal. This is end of life. So
And then not too long after my videos were released, there was like almost immediately a disconnect between those two. Like, they kind of distanced themselves from each other, which was another obvious sign that they knew they had fucked up. So, and it just, the whole situation was so fucking funny to be on my end watching this all unravel. It was hilarious because they knew they fucked up. They knew they got exposed. And the reason why they didn't reach out to me was not because they didn't owe me anything. It's because they knew they had nothing to produce that would clear their names in terms of receipts, in terms of letters, something to prove this money that they gathered. And I don't know how much it was. They had nothing to produce in terms of receipts to prove that the money that they got from this went to what it was supposed to be used for, what they claimed it would be used for. And to this day, nothing. I've heard nothing from St. Jude's. I don't know if they reached out and kind of scared them into, you know, quitting their shit. To finish off, I'm deep diving back into it, and I have been told by you guys numerous times that there is still more shit happening, and that she's still lying, still fabricating things, still pulling some, allegedly, some very scammy ass things as well. So we're gonna look into it, and we're gonna discuss it, and we're gonna expose it, because if there's one thing that I love to fucking do, it's expose people who have nothing but bad intentions for people who are not suspecting. And that's what these companies are all about. They want to prey on people who are single parents, single mothers, military spouses. I mean, they prey on people who are already, who may be going through, you know, some of the toughest times in their lives financially, and they try to prey on them to get them to join this company, promising all this wealth like fast. And you're gonna gain your independence, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, when in reality, all you're doing is throwing money into their pockets, making them richer. Meanwhile, you suffer and don't sell any products and end up losing all that fucking money because no one wants to buy into that bullshit ass company. So I love exposing these people and these companies for being the scams that they are, because they are fucking pieces of shit, to be quite honest. And I can't wait to get back into it. But I think I'm gonna end off the video here, because little one's hungry. I'm getting a little peckish myself, and I feel like I want to have some tea to kind of warm my vocal cords, because I sound fucking terrible. I know that. I know, baby, we're going, mommy, I know. So I'm gonna end it off here, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I apologize again for the long wait, but we were going through it. Like, we were not doing good here for a while. So, but we're better now. I feel a lot better. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Love you guys so much. Bye.